Hello students, my name is Alpa Rupala, Assistant Professor from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology, Computer Department. Welcome to the lecture series of Mobile Computing and Wireless Communication. Continuing with our unit number 1, topic Communication Network. Topics to be covered in this lecture: switching technique, circuit switching, message switching, packet switching, cell switching, and then after difference between message switching, circuit switching and packet switching. Now, in switching technique, first of all we need to understand that what is switching. Okay, the switch is a kind of device which is being used at a OSI model data link layer. Okay, this particular device is very well known for switching your data from your source to destination. That means it gives us a path that your data will go from your source to destination by which path. When you are coming from your home to your college, at that time you are having multiple paths. Then after you are deciding that which path you want to follow. Okay. So this is the same way when you are talking about the source and destination data transfer, then at that time the switching techniques are very much important. That gives us the path. So this switching techniques can be divided into multiple parts, in which the first part is circuit switching, second one is message switching, third one packet switching. The packet switching is further divided into two types: datagram packet switching and virtual circuit packet switching, and then after cell switching. So next is in detail, that is a switching technique, circuit switching. Let me take my pointer first. Okay. So here are the diagram of circuit switching you are seeing, right? In which you are having two telephones. Okay, first of all, I want to clear that circuit switching is being used for transfer of the voice data on telephone line. Okay, so you are having two telephones, in which one is your caller and second one is your receiver. Okay, when you are dialing your receiver's number, at that time circuit switching is taking a part, in which circuit switching is having three basic steps. First step is call connection, second step data transfer, and third step called disconnect. Okay. Likewise, in this diagram you can see the caller is having one switch. That switch is being connected by another switch. That switch is connected by another switch, and then after another switch, and then to your receiver. Okay. This particular path is known as dedicated path for your caller and receiver. This path is known as dedicated path for your caller and receiver, in which for this data transfer no other user can use this path. So the circuit switching is having advantages and as well as it is having disadvantages. Advantages what? This path is a dedicated path. So that means you are having very high data rate, quality is very good, you are transferring your analog data onto it, your voice data onto it, right? So this is a very much important thing, that you are having your data in very high rate. That means the quality of your signal will be very much good, and the voice clearance is very much of good. Okay, there is no delay in data transfer. So this is all because of the dedicated path, right? But there is another disadvantages also. The disadvantage is what? No other user can use this dedicated path. Okay, bandwidth requirement is more, less efficient, because other user is not using this particular path. So you need to disconnect this line for make it free to use of another user. So this is the disadvantage also. Another disadvantage is what? That you cannot use this circuit switching for digital data. It is only being used for analog one. Okay, so here are some points you will refer for circuit switching. Call establishment, then call data transfer, and then circuit disconnect. Okay, application already told you in telephone communication, advantages and disadvantages. Now next topic is message switching. Here is the diagram for message switching. In message switching, your message or your data is being converted into a large blocks known as message. Okay, and that data is being encoded into Morse code form. That Morse code are sequence of dot and dashes. Okay, your data is being encoded into Morse code form. That Morse code are sequence of dash and dots. So your whole data is being encoded into Morse form and creates a message packet. Okay, and creates a large message packet. Now in your switches, you are having a data storage network. Okay, data storage network, a large secondary storage network. Okay, now in this secondary storage network, your particular message is being stored, okay, when your channel is busy, and being forwarded when your channel is free. Okay, for this particular switch, if this channel is busy, then this particular message will be stored over here, and when this will be free, then message will be transferred. So what is the advantage and disadvantage in this message switching? So first of all, there is no dedicated path. That means any user can use this particular channel. Okay, very good for your data traffic management. How? So I have already told you that this particular switching technique is using stored and forward network. Okay, in which suppose your user A wants to send data to user E, and at the same time user D wants to send data to user B. Okay, from A to E message is known as M1, and from D to B the message is known as M2. Okay, right now suppose there is another user B using the same line, and there is a large number of traffic on this particular route, then your message is being stored in your stored network. Okay, so traffic congestion and traffic management is very being handled in your message switching. Okay, and message priorities can also be handled in message switching. How? Suppose I want that this M2 data is very much important to send right now. Okay, then all the other messages will be stored in your store and forward network, and only M2 will be in transfer on your network. Okay, so like this way the message priority can be handled. But what is the disadvantage? The disadvantage is for the same reason, due to this store and forward network. Why? Because we are using the secondary storage, and your message packet is of very large amount of data, a very large message packet. So what we are using, we are wasting our large amount of storage capacity for no use. Suppose there is no traffic congestion, then this is not of any mean, and we are already cost for this particular disk storage. It is priorly being established, and it is priorly being purchased, and it is very costly. So the cost is very much more in your message switching. So nowadays, not at that much of level message switching is being used. So here are some points. We have already learned advantages: traffic management, congestion, sharing of your data can be possible, message priority, broadcasting is also there. Okay, disadvantage is very expensive due to a large amount of data, the network delay is introduced. Okay, now moving forward to our next topic, that is packet switching. So in previous, the packet switching and the circuit switching and message switching, both were having the advantages and disadvantages. The packet switching is a kind of technique which maximize the advantage of your both technique and minimize the disadvantage of your both the technique. So like we are taking only data connection network from the circuit switching, okay, and no dedicated path formula from the message switching. Now the disadvantage of message switching is what? Already we know that the store and forward network is there. In packet switching also store and forward network is there. But our data is being divided into smaller size data message known as packet. Okay, our data is being divided into smaller parts known as packets. That means in previously your whole bunch of data was being encoded into Morse code and into one single message. Okay, but now we are dividing our data into packets. Now then what we will do, we will transfer our data into a network. These particular packets are being transferred on your network independently. Now whatever route your individual packet want to, they can decide. Okay, just we need to fix the information of source and destination address to your packets. Okay, and sequence number. What will be fit in your packet? The source address, the destination address, and the packet switch sequences. Okay, so this three information is very much of important to your packets. Whenever we are fitting this information, then after we are giving your packets to your network and they will route independently on their own. The main aim is to reach to your destination. Okay, from your sender to your destination, the main aim is just to reach to your destination for individual packets. So now store and forward network is also there, but due to the smaller size of your packets, your secondary storage is not required at switches. Okay, now we can only rely on your primary storage. Now you can store your packets in your store and forward network if traffic are there. Okay, in only your primary storage. So delay and cost is minimized because obviously the primary storage is although required. So here are the two techniques for packet switching. First technique is datagram packet switching and second technique is virtual circuit packet switching. First we are seeing about the datagram packet switching. As we have told earlier, the packets are divided into smaller parts. Okay, they are smaller parts. Your message is divided into smaller parts known as packets. Packets are given destination address, source address, and sequence number. Here are the sequence number 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we give it to the network. Now they will independently route. Okay, now they will independently route on your network. The one packet is taking this route, the packet number 2 is taking this route. Okay, the packet number 3 is taking this route and the packet number 4 is taking this route. Okay, now you can see that packet are taking their individual routes. At receiver side, we are receiving the packet in sequence 1, 3, 4, 2. But the given sequence was 1, 2, 3, 4. But receiving sequence is 1, 3, 4, 2. To perfectly receive our data, now we need to reorder this at receiver side according to our sending sequence, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to reorder it. Okay, it may be possible that some of your packets can be missing out. So the datagram packet switching is having a disadvantage that at receiver side you need to reorder your packets. Okay, at receiver side you need to reorder your packets, and this particular whole fundamental is being taken part at your OSI model network layer. So it is known as datagrams. Now, this particular disadvantage of datagram packet switching is being overcome in your virtual circuit. Same as your circuit switching, we are having one path, predefined path, but this path is not the dedicated one. Okay, this path is not dedicated one. That means, suppose like an example, the node A wants to send data to node D. So first of all, as the packet switching, we divide our data into smaller parts known as packet. Okay, now we will give the sequence number to your packet, but as earlier in circuit switching, we were fitting the source address and destination address to your data packet, but in virtual circuit, we will add virtual circuit identifier path to your packet. Okay, that means from A to from A, your data will go to path 1, then after path 3, then after path V, and then after path D. Okay, this route is being fitted as a VCI into your packets. Now you are not having the source and destination address. In replacement of, you are having VCI data into your individual packet. Okay, and this particular path is not dedicated one. That means any other user can use this path effectively. Circuit switching, you are having three basic parts: call establishment, data transfer, and then after call disconnect. Same as you are having two phases over here. The data transfer phase, in which already we have decided the VCI. Okay, and then after tear down phase, after all the data is being transferred, this particular channel will be teared down. So the disadvantage of datagram circuit switching is being overcome, that your packets will not be in out of sequence. Okay, all the packets will follow the same path and reaches to your destination. So there is no any problem of out of order issue. Next topic is cell switching. In cell switching, it is being used in a ATM network. It is same like your packet switching. Okay, but your data is being transferred as a cells. Okay, now this particular fundamental is being used for analog data and digital data both. It is being used at ATM. It is much more good than packet switching. But we are this is not in your curriculum, so we are not seeing this in that much of detail. So now, very much important, difference between message switching, circuit switching and packet switching. First, where it is being used. So the message switching are used at telegraph network. Circuit switching is being used as real-time transfer of voice, and packet switching for reliable stream service. The message switching uses the N terminal as telegraph or teletype. The circuit switching is using telephone and modem, and the packet switching are using again modem and computers. So the message switching is using or sending your data into form of Morse code. The circuit switching is sending in analog voice or PCM, digital voice. Okay, what is PCM? That is pulse code modulation. We will learn this technique in modulation topic in detail. Okay, and then after, binary information are being stored in a packet switching. The data is sending in the form of binary information. Okay, in message switching, the digital data over transmission media, we are sending the digital data over transmission media. In circuit switching, we are sending the analog and digital data over the transmission media. In packet switching, we are sending the digital data over transmission media. Basically, when we are talking on a phone call by a normal network, then we are using the circuit switching. Okay, but when you are talking on a WhatsApp call, then you are using the packet switching fundamental. Okay, your voice is being converted into a digital data and then it is being transferred. But when we are talking about when we are talking on your cell phone, normal phone call, then we are using the circuit switching, and when we are using on a WhatsApp call, at that time we are using the packet switching. Now addressing means what? Okay, how we are identify our area, where your data is being transferred. Okay, so in message switching, the identification is according to geographical addressing. That means a kind of your pin code. Okay, each and every your data is being identified by your pin code. So this particular fundamental of message switching is not being that much used nowadays. In circuit switching, we are using hierarchical numbering plan. Now, this hierarchical numbering plan is according to your, first of all, your country code. Then after we are having the state code. Then after we are having the city code. And then after we are having the area code. According to this hierarchical numbering plan, your data is being routed. Okay, and this is nothing but your contact number. Your contact number is according to this particular fundamental only. Okay. Now, if you talk about the packet switching, the hierarchical address space are there. It is nothing but your IPv4 or IPv6 addressing. Okay, in which we are dividing our network into a unique identifiers, and that unique identifiers are being used for routing purpose. So the routing scheme in message switching are manually. Told you earlier that this is not being that much of used nowadays. Okay, in circuit switching, route select during your call setup, and in packet switching, individual packets are sending individually. We are not talking about the virtual packet switching here. Okay, in virtual packet switching, we are giving the already decided path, pre-decided path, that is VCI. In message switching, we are using character or message multiplexing. In circuit switching, circuit multiplexing, and in packet switching, packet multiplexing. The delay in message switching is high. Okay, in circuit switching is low due to the dedicated connection. In packet switching, it is moderate. And the data rate in message switching is low due to the very large amount of data. In circuit switching, it is high, and in packet switching, it is high. Summary of this particular lecture: we have learned about the switching technique. Then after, we have learned about circuit switching, message switching, and packet switching in detail. In packet switching, there is two types: datagram packet switching and virtual circuit packet switching. Then after, just a brief of cell switching and difference between message switching, circuit switching, and packet switching. Thank you. We will meet in our next lecture.